Hello again, guys. MLB Sports here again today. And today, another baseball video. So, I've decided that I'll give my 2 cents on who's going to win these MLB awards. As I'm recording this right now, Aaron Judge has already won the AL Rookie of the Year award. He was my pick already. And he finished with 284 for average, 52 home runs, 114 RBIs, 9 stolen bases, 154 hits, and 128 runs. He was no doubtably going to win this award. And probably as I'm recording this, Cody Bellinger will probably win NL Rookie of the Year, because those 2 other guys, there's no competition. We'll see who comes in second and third place. But also for the second and third place for the AL Rookie of the Year, I have Benintendi in second place, and then Trey Mancini, if I'm saying that right, is in third. And then for the NL, I'm going to say Josh Bell is in second and Paul DeJong is in third. So I'm just going to say that since I'm literally recording this right now, as those awards are going on. But all right, let's get into it since we got those out of the way. So, Clayton Kershaw, Max Scherzer, and Steven Strasburg all are candidates to win the NL Cy Young Award. And my number 1, the guy that I think will win the NL Cy Young Award, surprisingly, is Max Scherzer. Yes, I think this is because Max has more strikeouts than Kershaw. Max has a better WHIP, whip. I looked it up. It's like something about like runners being on base. His record, it's not better, but still. I'm also saying Max Scherzer on the fact that he's played more games than Clayton Kershaw, and I think that's definitely going to be definitely in play here. So, based on that, I think Max Scherzer is going to win. He had a great year, 16 wins, 6 losses, and he had a lot of strikeouts. His ERA was great. Again, remember his whip was great, better than Kershaw. Again, I'm not an expert, so I don't know if I'm saying whip right or WHIP. I don't know. But again, I have Scherzer in first. Kershaw is going to be in second, and then Steven Strasburg, who's on the same team as Max Scherzer, by the way, is going to come in third place for me. It's going to be close, but again, I'm just going to say Max Scherzer just on the lone fact that he's played more games. All right, so we just did the NL Cy Young Awards. Let's go with the AL Cy Young. We got Corey Kluber, we got Chris Sale, and we got Luis Severino. And you guys know I'm a Red Sox fan, and I'm not going to be biased. I think Corey Kluber has got this one. Surprisingly, I think he does. He was a part of a winning team. He won 18 games. He won more games than Sale. I think Sale played in more games, but Sale lost 8 games and he had 17 wins. Kluber had 18 wins and only 4 losses. Obviously, Sale had more strikeouts with 308 and then to Kluber's 265, but Kluber's got him beat in the ERA as Kluber has 2.25 and then Chris Sale has 2.9, and then also he beats him in whip with him having a .87 and Chris Sale having a .97. So I'm going to give the edge to Kluber. I obviously think Luis Severino is going to be in third place because from out of these 3 guys, he finishes in dead last in all those categories out of those 3 people. So obviously that's why I'm going to go with him being a third. Chris Sale is number 2, and then Corey Kluber will be your AL Cy Young Award winner this season. All right, we're going to save the big ones for last. Well, those were 2 big ones, but I'd say we'll go right into the Manager of the Year awards. We'll go with the NL to start this one off. So, I think that, so we have Bud Black from the Rockies. We have Torey Duvu from the Vu. If I'm saying that right, sorry. If I'm not saying that right, I'm sorry. But from the Diamondbacks, and we got Dave Roberts from the Dodgers. I think I gotta go with Dave Roberts from the Dodgers. You could say that Torrey definitely should be in consideration because the Diamondbacks didn't make the playoffs. They exceeded expectations, but it's going to be close, but I'm going to say Dave Roberts. He had led his team to the best record in baseball. Number one win-loss record out of the three. He had more. The run scores for the Dodgers surprisingly in last, but his runs allowed is in first out of these three people. And the Rockies, their coach Bud Black, or their manager, had 824 runs scored, but he gave up the most runs allowed. And then you could say the Diamondbacks coach was in second through all those categories when you should get it. But I'm just gonna say Dave Roberts on the fact that he had the best record in baseball, and that's why I'm gonna give him a slight edge over those two guys. If you guys disagree with me, it's okay. If you guys think I'm stupid, then it's okay, because I'm not a big baseball guy. I'm trying to get into it, but because I just want to bring more stuff to the channel. But we get the NL Manager of the Year now. So with the NL Manager of the Year, we have Terry Francona from the Indians. We got AJ Hinch from the Astros, and we're gonna go to Paul Molitor, if I'm saying that right, from the Twins. Surprisingly, I'm going with the Twins coach. The Twins were terrible last year. Let's remember how bad they were. Yes, they're dead last out of these three. They're in third place for those categories with win-loss, runs scored, and runs allowed. But you have to take it to fact, like, Manager of the Year kind of means exceeding expectations. I'm pretty sure this is a club last year that had over 100 losses. And they went from that to making the postseason. That's impressive. That's a big turnaround right there for this franchise. You go from having 100 losses to 85 wins and only 77 losses. I think that's very good. So, if we're talking about exceeding expectations, I have to go with the Twins. And then for the Astros, they're in third place, AJ Hinch, because this was done before the postseason. And then for Francona, you could say, well, we had that awesome winning streak. But I'm just going to say the Twins. I think that alone, just going from that, having that big of an improvement from the last season, I have to go with them. Okay. All right, people. Big category. The MVP Awards. We're going to start off with the NL. And I wrote this down a while back. My NL MVP is Paul Goldschmidt from the Diamondbacks. Yes. People might be saying, why didn't you go with Giancarlo Stanton? I'm going to go with Paul Goldschmidt. I think Paul Goldschmidt was the better all-around player. His team had way more wins. They made the postseason. Giancarlo's team didn't. You could say he had almost 60 he was one short of having 60 home runs. But Paul Goldschmidt, he has a 2.97 average. He's 117 runs, 36 home runs, 120 RBIs, 18 stolen bases, and 166 hits. All of those except the stolen bases and the hits one. All those other ones he's in second place for. The stolen bases in first, and then hits he's in third. I just have to go with them just on the fact that they've won more games. I don't know if that's going to play a factor. If it doesn't, again, I'm not an expert, then I'm going with Stanton. But if it does play a factor, then I have to go with it. It's the player that's most valuable to their team is what an MVP is to me. That's why I say LeBron should be MVP every season, because he's so valuable to their team. But you can't do that. But for baseball, I mean, it's like if the Marlins made the playoffs, for me, I would give it to Stanton. They might give it to Stanton. I mean, I'm hoping he gets it. I'm hoping all these guys have a chance of getting it. But I just have to go with Paul Goldschmidt. I'm going to give him a slight edge. Joey Votto quietly had a good season too here, but I'm just going to say Paul Goldschmidt will get the NL MVP award. As for the AL MVP, am I going to be killed by not saying this guy? But I'm going to say Jose Altuve wins it. You guys could say, wow, you've been really giving too much credit to Altuve, maybe, because I was doing that with the World Series review and the predictions, but this guy's very valuable to his team. I mean, you have to think about what he does. Weren't the Yankees still winning like some games even when Judge was on a slump? That's also a reason why I'm not picking Judge to win this award, because he was on that slump. You could say Judge had more home runs, he had more RBIs, he had more runs. But I think if you're looking at it, Altuve could do so much for your team. He's so valuable. His hits, I mean, his average is through the roof. A 3.46 for an average. 24 home runs is okay. I mean, it's not the most, but you got the RBIs. You got 81 RBIs. His stolen bases are 32. His hits are 204. And his runs are 112. I mean, they could very well give it to Judge. I don't think Jose Ramirez is going to win it. But I think if they're looking for consistency here, you got to go with Altuve. But if they don't, Judge has a chance. All these guys were winners too this year. But I'm just going to give an edge to Jose Altuve. Jose Altuve is a great player. I mean, you could say, oh, well, they had George Springer was the MVP. But this was done beforehand, remember? Before. And the Yankees, I still think, correct me if I'm wrong, please. In the comments, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they were still winning games when Judge was on a slump. And for Ramirez, I mean, they were still winning games too. I mean, you could probably see the same thing for Altuve, but I think Altuve is just a more all-around better player right now than these guys. So I'm going to go with Altuve, and Judge is my second, and Ramirez is my third. But, yeah, so that's it. Those are my MLB award predictions. Let me know what you guys think. Do you guys think I'm wrong about some of these things? Do you guys agree with what I have to say? Again, I'm not the biggest baseball buff, but again, correct me if I'm wrong. If you guys think otherwise, I would love to hear your guys' insight on it. If you guys are into baseball, I would love to know what you guys think, because you guys know more than me. So I'm just here to just chip in my 2 cents and give you guys what I think and who I think is gonna win. But yeah, so Kilby Sports, and I'm out.